While Liam tries again with Hope, Taylor speaks with Steffi. Taylor disclosed to Steffi the symptoms and issues she was having with her heart. Taylor assured everyone that she would be all right, largely due to Ridge. Taylor clarified that Ridge persuaded her to visit a physician. Taylor explained to Steffi that she had returned home because the doctor in Europe had warned her that she was dying of heart failure. Taylor mentioned that it was solely due to Ridge that she had sought a second opinion. Taylor further mentioned that testing performed by Dr. Buckingham revealed the original diagnosis was incorrect. Taylor remarked, "My heart is broken, not failing." Taylor described the symptoms of broken heart syndrome and the energy healing that Chandra and Ridge provided. Taylor stated that she had a strong probability of seeing an improvement on her next echocardiography. Taylor clarified that the evening had been about holistic healing rather than being instantly cured because her body still needed to repair. Taylor understood that holistic and medical work had their own roles. Ridge was really sensitive and devoted while Chandra was around, Taylor informed Steffi. Steffi inquired as to Brooke's involvement. She wasn't. She dropped by without warning, Taylor remarked. Taylor claimed that Brooke saw the candles, the atmosphere, and the close bond between Ridge and Taylor. It seemed to Taylor that Ridge was receiving a severe tongue lashing at home. Admire B&B Days, General Hospital, or other soap operas. Participate in the discussion on our SC boards. To interact with fans and start a conversation right now, click this link. Taylor described her evening with Ridge as one in which we really worked through some things. She spoke about Phoebe's passing and stated they missed her every day. It dawned on Taylor that she hadn't given Steffi enough attention. Taylor made a commitment to stop avoiding her issues and to stay in Steffi's life consistently. Taylor declared, "I'm here and I'm going to stay here, where I'm meant to be, with you, your father, and your beautiful children." Taylor claimed that she felt like a different person, and that the person she was the previous time she was in Los Angeles was gone. "I feel empowered to live my best life after tonight's breakthrough and connection with your father," Taylor said. Steffi expressed her pride in her mother. Back at her house, Brooke persisted in badgering Ridge for information regarding the private gathering she had seen at Steffi's. Although Brooke said that Taylor had previously explained everything, she didn't trust her and preferred to speak with Ridge about it. "Why was she straddling you in your lap?" Brooke inquired. Ridge related how Taylor had believed she was going to die, but after seeing Dr. Buckingham for a second opinion, they received positive news. He clarified the distinction between medical and holistic healing, expressing his belief that doing so would aid Taylor in overcoming the trauma she had been bearing. The energy release he and Taylor shared thrilled Ridge. He apologized to Brooke for the way she learned about it, and said he had intended to tell her about it. Brooke implored Ridge to try to understand what it was like for her to witness what she had done. Ridge clarified that they were doing as Chandra had instructed. Brooke felt that he shouldn't have been with his ex-wife and that it was absurd. Brooke inquired about the operation of the straddling stance. According to Ridge, the position is about awareness of one another. The fact that he had struck the same posture with Taylor but not with Brooke infuriated Brooke. Ridge expressed regret for harming Brooke. Ridge tried the position with Taylor to make up for it. Brooke and Ridge looked into each other's eyes as Ridge demonstrated how to breathe together. Ridge remarked, "You're the only one for me," as they shared a kiss. Hope was working late at Forrester Creations when Liam arrived. He mentioned that he wanted to show her what he had brought. After HFTF made a lot of headlines, Liam claimed to have recognized he had turned into a side project. Hope saw the advertising video Liam had created. A voiceover described Hope as more than just a designer, stating that she was a visionary, as images and videos of Hope and her fashion brand were shown. The trailer featured Hope with her children and made reference to her vow to teach them kindness and compassion, as well as how to overcome obstacles in life. "There is hope. Now is the time for hope." The promo stated, "Hope is the future." Hope was astounded at the footage. As soon as she gave her approval, Liam indicated it will be released. Hope assumed Liam would have assigned a different person to create the advertisement. Liam said, "I wanted everyone to know who you are and everything you've accomplished, so I wanted to be the one to do the tribute." Liam confided in Hope that he was preoccupied with her. Liam continued, "Not just the past and the amazing memories we shared, but I keep thinking about the future." Hope mentioned that they had already discussed it. Liam babbled on about how they were still amazing together, and that they had shared something special. It's required some getting used to, but we're fantastic co-parents and friends. However, even so, Liam halted and urged Hope to listen. He grabbed her and kissed her before she could say anything. Liam pulled Hope away, but he hugged her and told her it was something he had wanted to do for a very long time. Taylor's heartbreak and Ridge's energy healing. While Liam fights for hope, the tangled web of relationships, heartache, and healing continues to enthrall fans on The Bold and the Beautiful. This week, the show took a stunning turn when Taylor Hayes opened up about her health struggles to her daughter Steffi, while Ridge's involvement in her holistic healing led to explosive tension with Brooke. Meanwhile, Liam made another bold attempt to win back Hope, setting the stage for even more romantic chaos. Buckle up, soap lovers, this is a juicy ride. Taylor's emotional revelation, health crisis and heartache. It was an emotional moment when Taylor Hayes sat down with her daughter Steffi, revealing a terrifying health scare that almost changed her life forever. Taylor, known for her strength and resilience, admitted she had been struggling with some alarming symptoms that led her to believe her heart was failing. Taylor explained to Steffi that it had all started in Europe, where she had been living. Her doctor there had delivered a chilling diagnosis: heart failure. The news was devastating, but Taylor, in her typical brave fashion, was ready to face it. However, she revealed that it was Ridge who convinced her to seek a second opinion, a decision that would change everything. "I owe everything to Ridge," Taylor confessed. "If it wasn't for him, I might have just accepted that diagnosis and never looked for another answer. But he pushed me to keep fighting." The misdiagnosis, a shocking twist. After returning to Los Angeles, Taylor went to see Dr. Reese Buckingham, and that's when the shocking twist occurred. The initial diagnosis was wrong. Taylor wasn't suffering from heart failure at all. Instead, what she was experiencing was something entirely different: broken heart syndrome. "My heart's not failing, it's broken," Taylor told Steffi, tears welling in her eyes. "It's been shattered by everything we've gone through. Phoebe, your struggles, everything." The news was a relief in some ways, but it also opened up a new chapter of emotional healing for Taylor. Broken heart syndrome is real, and it's often triggered by intense emotional or physical stress. In Taylor's case, years of trauma had taken their toll, and now she was embarking on a journey of healing, both physically and emotionally. Ridge and Chandra's holistic healing session. Taylor's recovery wasn't just about medicine, though. She shared with Steffi the profound experience she had during a holistic healing session with Ridge and a mysterious energy healer named Chandra. According to Taylor, the session had been transformative. "Ridge and Chandra created this amazing space where I could let go of so much of the pain I've been carrying," Taylor explained. "It wasn't about curing me instantly, it was about helping my body and soul start to heal." This revelation left Steffi stunned, but also relieved that her mother was finally finding some peace. However, the mention of Ridge being so intimately involved in Taylor's healing process sparked a question that was surely on every fan's mind. What about Brooke? Steffi questions Ridge's loyalty. Where does Brooke fit in? Steffi didn't waste any time asking the tough questions. How did Brooke fit into all of this? Wasn't it awkward for Ridge to be so close to Taylor, especially when Brooke wasn't part of the healing process? Taylor, as usual, was refreshingly honest. She admitted that Brooke wasn't involved in the session, and that might be part of the problem. "She showed up unexpectedly," Taylor revealed. "I didn't invite her, and neither did Ridge. She just appeared." Taylor went on to describe how Brooke had walked in on the healing session, candles lit and a deep connection evident between Ridge and Taylor. Brooke wasn't happy, to say the least, and Taylor had a sneaking suspicion that Ridge was catching heat for it back home. "I have no doubt that Ridge is getting an earful from Brooke," Taylor said, a slight smirk crossing her face. Taylor and Ridge reconnect, healing old wounds. Despite the drama with Brooke, Taylor couldn't help but reflect on the deep connection she had felt with Ridge during their healing session. It wasn't just about the energy work or the spiritual atmosphere. Taylor and Ridge had truly reconnected on a level they hadn't reached in years. "We worked through so much," Taylor told Steffi. "We talked about Phoebe, about how much we still miss her every day. I realized how much I had been avoiding my own grief, and Ridge helped me face it." Taylor also admitted that she had been distant from Steffi and her grandchildren, but she vowed to change that. "I'm not going anywhere," she promised. "I'm going to be here for you, for your father, and for those beautiful kids of yours." I'm where I'm meant to be. The transformation Taylor described was more than just physical healing. It was emotional and spiritual. She felt like a new woman, empowered to live her best life and make up for the time she had lost. Steffi, in turn, expressed her pride in her mother for taking charge of her life and her health. Brooke confronts Ridge, jealousy and betrayal. While Taylor was feeling more connected to Ridge than ever, things were not so rosy back at Brooke's house. Brooke, never one to hold back, confronted Ridge about the intimate moment she had witnessed between him and Taylor. I know Taylor explained everything, but I don't believe her, Brooke snapped. I want to hear it from you, Ridge. Why was she straddling you? Ridge, caught off guard by Brooke's directness, explained that Taylor had thought she was dying, and that the holistic healing session had been a way for her to release all the pent-up trauma she had been carrying. He insisted that it was all very innocent and that there was nothing inappropriate about it. But Brooke wasn't buying it. You shouldn't have been with her in the first place, Brooke fumed. It's ridiculous. Things escalated when Brooke demanded to know more about the position Taylor had been in during the session. Ridge, trying to keep his cool, explained that the straddling was part of the process of connecting with one another and being fully aware of each other's presence. Awareness. Brooke shot back, clearly unimpressed. You never did that with me. A moment of intimacy between Brooke and Ridge. Despite her frustration, Brooke wasn't ready to let Ridge off the hook just yet. She pushed him to recreate the moment they had shared during the healing session, this time with her. Ridge, trying to mend things with Brooke, obliged. They locked eyes, synchronized their breathing, and shared a moment of intense intimacy. Ridge apologized for hurting her and reassured her of his love. You're the only one for me, he whispered before kissing her. But was that enough to satisfy Brooke? Or is this just the calm before another storm in their turbulent relationship? Liam tries to win back Hope, a romantic gesture. Meanwhile, over at Forrester Creations, Liam was making a bold play of his own. After realizing that Hope had become more than just a co-parent and business partner in his life, Liam decided it was time to make his feelings clear. Carter goes all out for Hope. A love triangle unfolds with Liam, Carter, and the Logan legacy. The world of the bold and the beautiful is heating up once again, and this time it's all about Hope Logan, Annika Noel, who finds herself in the enviable position of being a woman in demand. For years, Hope has been stuck in the middle of a love triangle, with Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, constantly torn between her and Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood. But things have taken a dramatic turn, and now it's raining men for Hope. Enter Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, who's ready to go all out for the woman who has captured the hearts of so many. As these two men vie for her attention, Hope is caught in a whirlwind of romance, career ambitions, and family drama. This article dives deep into the latest drama swirling around Hope, exploring the lengths Carter is willing to go to win her heart and protect her career. But what will Liam think of all this? And how does this affect the wider Logan and Spencer family dynamics? Let's explore all the juicy details. It's raining men for Hope Logan. The tug of war begins. Hope Logan, for the first time in what feels like forever, is no longer playing second fiddle to anyone. With two men battling for her heart, she's in a position of power she's never truly experienced before. But the question remains, can Hope handle the attention, especially after her emotionally charged and ill-advised attraction to John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin? Ex-husband Liam Spencer, who has spent years waffling between Hope and Steffi, finally seems to understand what's at stake. He created a touching, heartfelt video dedicated to Hope, highlighting her personal achievements, her success at Forrester Creations, and most importantly, the strength she's shown in navigating the complicated relationships around her. This gesture is monumental for Liam, who is typically indecisive when it comes to the women in his life. On the other hand, we have Carter Walton, a man who has been quietly observing Hope from afar. Carter has long been a loyal friend and confidant at Forrester Creations, but his feelings for Hope are no secret. He wants more than just a professional relationship. He wants to be the man who stands by her side in life and in love. Carter's admiration goes beyond her beauty. He sees Hope as a powerful woman, capable of great things, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to keep her happy, both professionally and personally. Carter Walton's big move. Going all out for Hope in her career. Carter Walton has always been the steady, dependable figure at Forrester Creations, But when it comes to Hope, he's ready to take a risk. Carter is determined to make sure Hope's fashion line, Hope for the Future, doesn't just survive, but thrives at Forrester. With Steffi stepping back from the company to focus on her personal life, there's a power vacuum at Forrester, and Carter wants to ensure Hope is the one to fill it. He's not just advocating for her behind closed doors. Carter is willing to make public moves to ensure everyone at Forrester Creations knows that he stands firmly behind Hope. He's attending meetings, speaking to the board, and pulling every string he can to give Hope the support she needs. But is there more to his motives than just helping out a friend? Could Carter's actions be driven by his growing love for Hope? For Hope, the attention is both flattering and overwhelming. After years of feeling like she's not enough, constantly being compared to Steffi and left wondering if Liam truly loved her, this newfound adoration from Carter is a refreshing change. But it also leaves Hope confused. Can she trust Carter's intentions? Is he really the man she should be with? Or is she falling for the same patterns that have hurt her in the past? Hope's emotional turmoil, confusion and loneliness collide. While the world may see Hope as a successful, confident woman, underneath it all, she's grappling with a deep sense of loneliness. Her recent misstep with Finn left her feeling humiliated and questioning her own judgment. Can she really trust her feelings when it comes to men? Finn was an escape from the pain Liam caused, but ultimately, it only made things more complicated. Now with both Liam and Carter vying for her heart, Hope is torn. Liam has a history with her. A complicated, messy, beautiful history. But he's hurt her too many times to count. Meanwhile, Carter represents something new and exciting. He's stable, devoted, and passionate. But is that enough to move on from the love she still feels for Liam? For years, Hope has wanted to be the center of attention in her own right, and now she has that chance. But will the pressure of having two men sing her praises be too much for her to handle? Or will she finally take control of her own destiny and choose the man who truly sees her for who she is? Will Spencer drops a bombshell on Dollar Bill Spencer? While Hope is dealing with her own romantic dilemmas, there's another Logan family member making waves. Will Spencer Crew Morrow, son of Bill Spencer, Don Diamant, and Katie Logan, Heather Tom. Will, who has been living away from Los Angeles for a while, is now back in town, and he has some major news that could shake things up for the Spencer family. As we know, Bill Spencer has a complicated relationship with his son. He's always loved Will, but his business-driven lifestyle and tumultuous relationship with Katie created distance between them. Now that Will is older, he's forming his own opinions, and those opinions don't always align with his father's. Rumor has it that Will may be heading to Forrester Creations, much to Bill's dismay. Could Will be rejecting a nepotism-fueled position at Spencer Publications to forge his own path in the fashion world? Bill has always wanted to bring Will into the family business, but it seems like Will has his sights set on something bigger, something that doesn't involve being in his father's shadow. A son's plea, Will confronts Bill over Katie. There's also the matter of Katie. Bill has been on a mission to win her back, but Will isn't convinced his father has changed. After witnessing the pain Bill put his mother through over the years, Will is protective of Katie and wants to see her happy, even if that means encouraging her to stay away from Bill. In a heated confrontation, Will lays it all out on the table. He tells Bill that he doesn't believe his father can truly make Katie happy, especially given his track record. Will's memories of Katie's battle with alcoholism, a struggle that nearly tore their family apart, are still fresh in his mind, and he refuses to stand by while Bill tries to worm his way back into Katie's life. But how will Bill react to his son's tough love? Will he finally take responsibility for the pain he's caused, or will his pride get in the way once again? This could be a turning point for Bill, who has always been used to getting what he wants. But if Will has anything to say about it, this time might be different. Katie corners Carter. Does she think he's too good for Hope? Spoilers point to explosive drama on The Bold and the Beautiful. This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, fans are in for a roller coaster of emotions as Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, becomes the center of a complicated love triangle involving Katie Logan, Heather Tom, and Hope Logan, Annika Noel. What started as a subtle romance between Carter and Hope is about to be blown wide open, and Katie seems poised to play a major role. With spoilers hinting that Carter is about to put it all on the line for Hope, the question arises, does Katie think Carter is too good for Hope? Is she about to stir the pot to win him back? Get ready for secrets, sabotage, and sibling rivalry as the Forrester Creations crew gets entangled in the messiest drama yet. Katie Logan. Torn between the past and present. Katie Logan has been through a lot in recent months, navigating the rough waters of heartbreak and moving on from her long-standing connection to Bill Spencer, Don Diamont. After walking away from her tumultuous relationship with Bill, Katie found herself in a romance with the ever-loyal Carter Walton. However, as is often the case in the world of soap operas, Katie decided to end things with Carter, thinking she could move on to something better. Katie's history with love is complicated. Just when she thought she had left Bill behind, her old feelings came rushing back, even getting her into a sticky situation when she nearly put an innocent woman behind bars in a fit of jealousy. But now, Katie's focus has shifted back to Carter. The question is, did she make a mistake by letting him go too soon? With her heartstrings still tied to Carter, Katie finds herself once again at a crossroads, unsure of whether she should rekindle their flame or watch him fall for someone else. Her troubled niece, Hope Logan. Katie's timing couldn't be worse. Katie's decision to revisit her relationship with Carter comes at a time when his attention has already shifted. Bold and beautiful spoilers suggest that Carter is about to take a big step in his budding romance with Hope. Working together at Forrester Creations, sparks have flown between the two, and it seems Carter is ready to lay it all on the line for Hope. But their secret relationship has not gone unnoticed. People are starting to talk, and Katie may be the one to blow the lid off their romance when she drops by Forrester Creations to have a heart-to-heart with Carter. Imagine Katie's shock when she walks into Carter's office, only to find him sharing a tender moment with none other than Hope. It's one thing to be caught off guard by seeing an ex with someone new, but when that someone is your niece, things get exponentially more complicated. Katie's first instinct may be to walk away quietly, but this is the bold and the beautiful. Nothing stays secret for long. Hope Logan's troubled history. Katie's potential plan to sabotage Hope and Carter's relationship may be fueled by more than just jealousy. Katie knows all too well that Hope has been in a downward spiral lately. Fans will recall Hope's scandalous kiss with Dr. Finn Tanner Novlin just a few weeks ago. Hope's emotional turmoil has left her vulnerable, and while Carter might be the stability she needs, Katie might not see it that way. After all, Katie is protective of her family and may believe that Carter deserves someone more stable, someone who isn't embroiled in constant drama. Katie might feel that Hope's recent reckless behavior makes her a poor match for Carter, who has always been the dependable, steady force in any relationship. Will Katie use Hope's past mistakes, including her involvement with Finn, to try to convince Carter that he's too good for her? And if she does, will Carter see through Katie's manipulation, or will her words strike a chord? Logan family drama. Brooke versus Katie? As if this love triangle weren't juicy enough, Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, could soon enter the fray. Brooke is thrilled that Hope is finally moving on from Finn and finding happiness with someone as respectable as Carter. Brooke's maternal instincts will likely kick into overdrive when she learns that Katie is trying to come between her daughter and Carter. Could we be gearing up for an epic Logan family showdown? A brewing rivalry between sisters Brooke and Katie could take center stage, as Brooke steps in to defend her daughter's newfound happiness while Katie pushes back, claiming she's only looking out for Carter's best interests. With both women fiercely protective of their loved ones, sparks are bound to fly, and this could be the beginning of a Logan family feud like no other. The aftermath. Will Carter choose Hope or Katie? In the midst of all this drama, Carter Walton will ultimately have to make a choice. Will he continue his relationship with Hope, despite the growing number of people questioning her stability and intentions? Or will he be swayed by Katie's concerns and her possible attempt to rekindle their romance? Carter's decision could have far-reaching consequences, not just for him, but for everyone involved. If he chooses Hope, he risks alienating Katie, and the fallout could leave the Logan family fractured. But if he decides to give things another try with Katie, it could spell the end of his promising new relationship with Hope, just when she needs him most. Goes to Grace Buckingham for help nipping new Hope romance in the bud? The Bold and the Beautiful B&B, spoilers and rumors tease that Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, might be preparing to play dirty to prevent Hope Logan's, Annika Noel, new romance from blossoming into something more. Could he be enlisting the help of the controversial Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech, to put an end to Hope's romantic pursuits? Let's dive deep into the potential twists and turns that could unfold as Liam takes drastic measures to win Hope back. Liam's desperation grows. Liam Spencer has always been caught in a whirlwind of emotional conflicts between the women in his life, particularly between Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and Hope Logan. Despite his lingering feelings for Steffi, Hope has always held a special place in his heart, and their connection has withstood numerous tests over the years. However, with Hope potentially moving on, Liam feels the sting of jealousy, insecurity, and perhaps a fear of losing her forever. While Liam has always been portrayed as the good guy, his recent actions suggest a darker side that's slowly emerging. In his eyes, Hope might be slipping away, and that's simply something he cannot allow. He's willing to cross ethical lines to make sure she doesn't end up with anyone else, especially someone who might break her heart. The question is, could Liam really go as far as to involve Grace Buckingham in his schemes? Grace Buckingham, a history of meddling. If there's anyone in the bold and the beautiful universe who knows how to meddle in relationships, it's Grace Buckingham. Viewers will remember how she intervened in her daughter Paris Buckingham's Diamond White romantic life, particularly when Paris was involved with Carter Walton Lawrence St. Victor. Grace made it abundantly clear that she thought Carter was trouble with a capital T, and believed he would only bring heartbreak to her daughter. It's important to note that Grace's disdain for Carter wasn't entirely unfounded. After all, Carter had a history of romantic entanglements that led to significant drama, including his affair with Quinn Forrester Rena Sofer, while he was engaged to Zoe Buckingham Kiara Barnes, Grace's other daughter. Grace believed Carter's actions proved he wasn't to be trusted, and she did everything in her power to keep him away from Paris. Now, with Hope potentially involved with someone who could bring similar emotional complications, Liam might see an opportunity to recruit Grace to his side. After all, if anyone could help dissuade Hope from entering into another complicated relationship, it's Grace, who has a proven track record of meddling for what she believes is the greater good. Liam's plan to enlist Grace. As Liam contemplates his next move, he might recall all the drama Grace caused for Paris over Carter. He knows that Grace is protective, and while her methods might be extreme, they can be effective. In Liam's mind, getting Grace involved could be the key to stopping Hope from making a mistake. While Grace may not know all the details about Hope's recent romantic entanglements, Liam believes he can sway her by appealing to her concerns about Carter's history. Grace knows firsthand what it's like to watch someone she cares about get hurt by a man with a shady past, and Liam is banking on this shared concern to enlist her help. However, Grace has her reservations. After all, she barely knows Hope, and convincing her that Carter will hurt her like he hurt Zoe in Paris may not be as simple as Liam thinks. Grace isn't easily swayed, and she might question why Hope would even listen to her. Blackmail on the horizon. When Grace expresses doubts about her ability to influence Hope, Liam might resort to desperate measures. He knows that Grace was not involved in Reese Buckingham's, Wayne Brady, Baby Beth/Phoebe switch, but she's well aware of the damage it caused. Liam could hint at this dark chapter in their past, reminding Grace of how their families are connected through one of the biggest scandals in B&B history. Without outright threatening her, Liam might imply that their shared past should motivate Grace to help him. The mention of Baby Beth's complicated history could push Grace to act out of guilt or a sense of obligation to set things right. It's a risky move for Liam, as blackmailing Grace, subtly or not, could backfire spectacularly. Still, in his desperation to win Hope back, Liam might feel he has no other choice. Grace's decision. Will she help Liam? Ultimately, Grace may agree to help Liam, but not without a heavy heart. She knows that stepping into someone else's romantic life can have serious consequences, especially if her involvement backfires. However, the thought of watching yet another woman fall victim to heartbreak at the hands of a man with a history of deceit might be too much for her to ignore. Grace isn't blind to Liam's motivations either. She can see that Liam's jealousy is driving his actions, and she might even call him out on it. However, Grace could agree to speak to Hope, framing her intervention as a protective measure rather than a manipulation on Liam's behalf. But even with Grace's help, there's no guarantee that Hope will heed her warnings. Hope has always been fiercely independent, and she's not one to let others dictate her choices, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Liam's jealousy. The root of the problem. At the heart of Liam's efforts to sabotage Hope's potential romance is his own jealousy. He may justify his actions by claiming he's trying to protect Hope from getting hurt, but in reality he's driven by fear. Fear of losing her, fear of being replaced, and fear that Hope might finally be ready to move on without him. This jealousy has always been a part of Liam's character, but it's been bubbling under the surface for years. Now, with Hope's attention seemingly shifting away from him, Liam's darker side is emerging. He's no longer content to sit back and watch her live her life. He wants control, and he's willing to play dirty to get it. Liam's jealousy is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it's motivating him to take action, but on the other, it's clouding his judgment. If he's not careful, his schemes could end up driving Hope further away, especially if she discovers that he's been manipulating her behind the scenes. Hope's future. Will she see through Liam's plan? As Liam and Grace attempt to steer Hope away from her new romance, the question remains, will Hope see through their plan? Hope has always been a strong, independent woman, and she's proven time and time again that she won't let anyone dictate her life. If she senses that Liam is trying to manipulate her, it could spell disaster for their relationship. Even if Grace's intervention is well-intentioned, Hope may view it as an overstep. After all, she's been through enough heartbreak in her life, and she may not appreciate others trying to protect her from making her own decisions. There's also the possibility that Hope could turn the tables on Liam. If she realizes that his actions are motivated by jealousy, she could call him out for his controlling behavior. Hope has always been one to stand up for herself, and she may not take kindly to Liam trying to interfere in her personal life. Liam's gamble. Liam's decision to play dirty by enlisting Grace Buckingham's help is a gamble, and it's one that could have serious consequences. While he may believe he's acting out of love and concern for Hope, the reality is that his jealousy is driving him to make questionable choices. If Liam succeeds in convincing Grace to intervene, it could lead to a major showdown between him, Hope, and the people caught in the crossfire. But if his plan backfires, it could be the final nail in the coffin of his relationship with Hope. Only time will tell if Liam's desperate actions will lead to the outcome he desires, or if they will ultimately drive Hope away for good. One thing is for certain. The drama is far from over, and The Bold and the Beautiful is set to deliver even more shocking twists and turns in the weeks to come. Taylor's blind date setup. Is Brooke finding a new man for Ridge's ex? The Bold and the Beautiful B&B spoilers are buzzing with drama, and Taylor Hayes, played by Rebecca Budig, seems to be at the center of it. The fierce, independent woman keeps proclaiming that she doesn't need a man in her life. Still, fans can't help but notice how dependent she's become on Ridge Forrester, Torsten K., who just so happens to be her ex-husband. This situation is brewing a storm on B&B, especially for Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, Ridge's current wife. Brooke's been biting her tongue and showing remarkable patience, until now. As Ridge and Taylor's connection continues to grow stronger, Brooke may feel the need to intervene before things get too cozy. But could Brooke's answer to this dilemma be setting Taylor up with a new man? The speculation is running wild, and it's not far-fetched to imagine Brooke playing matchmaker in an attempt to push Taylor out of Ridge's life. This article is going to dive deep into the potential blind date setup, the complex dynamics between these characters, and how a possible new man for Taylor could rock the Forrester world. So grab your popcorn because the drama is about to unfold in ways you never expected. Taylor's dependency on Ridge, emotional crutch or true love. At the core of the drama is Taylor, a strong, confident woman who has endured so much in life. She's battled personal demons, health crises, and family struggles. Now that she's on a path to healing, she insists that she doesn't need a man to complete her. But actions speak louder than words. Lately, Taylor has been leaning heavily on Ridge for emotional support, maybe even more than she realizes. For months, fans have witnessed Taylor and Ridge's undeniable connection grow deeper, despite Ridge being committed to Brooke. Their bond is complex and fraught with history. They share children, memories, and an unspoken understanding. However, this close relationship is clearly making Brooke uncomfortable. Even if Taylor insists she doesn't want Ridge back, she seems to be relying on him as an emotional crutch, and that's not sitting well with Brooke. Brooke may have tried to be the bigger person after witnessing a heart-stopping moment at the Cliff House. When she saw her husband with his ex-wife practically in his lap, it wasn't a comfortable sight. Any woman would be rattled by such an intimate scene. And yet, Brooke got her explanation, forced herself to move past it, and chalked it up to Taylor's ongoing healing process. However, there's only so much patience a woman like Brooke can have, and it looks like she's reaching her limit. Taylor's ongoing presence in Ridge's life is becoming a problem. How far will Brooke go to protect her marriage? Brooke's growing insecurities and the battle for Ridge. Even the most secure woman would start to feel uneasy with her husband spending so much time with his ex, especially when that ex seems to be emotionally attached. Brooke is trying to keep her cool, but Ridge and Taylor's unbreakable bond is too much to ignore. This situation is particularly sensitive because Ridge's connection with Taylor isn't just about them. It affects everyone. Their children, their shared past, and Taylor's recent health scare have all drawn Ridge closer to her. Brooke might be feeling like an outsider in her own marriage. And let's not forget that Brooke and Taylor have a long history of battling over Ridge, which makes the current situation even more uncomfortable. Brooke knows that Taylor's health has played a significant role in keeping her and Ridge tied together. But now that Taylor's making strides toward recovery, Brooke could be hoping the connection between them will fade. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be happening. Ridge and Taylor have been inseparable lately, and Brooke is left on the sidelines, wondering how to regain control. What's a woman to do when her husband is spending more time with his ex than with her? For Brooke, the answer might be to find Taylor a new man. Brooke's big idea. A blind date for Taylor? Brooke is a woman of action, and when she's backed into a corner, she's not one to sit idle. If she wants Taylor to stop leaning on Ridge and potentially rekindling their romance, she may take matters into her own hands. And what better way to do that than to push Taylor into the arms of another man? The B&B world is filled with eligible bachelors, and Brooke could very well have her eye on one of them for Taylor. Whether it's a blind date or a not-so-subtle introduction at Il Giardino, Brooke might ambush Taylor with a charming, handsome suitor in the hopes of sparking a new romance. This kind of move would be classic soap opera gold, especially with Brooke at the helm. Imagine the awkwardness, the tension, and the possible sparks flying as Brooke tries to orchestrate a romantic connection for her rival. Will Taylor play along? Or will she see right through Brooke's intentions? Will Brooke's plan backfire? There's no doubt that Brooke's plan could backfire in spectacular fashion. While she may think she's pushing Taylor toward happiness, she could be setting herself up for more drama than she bargained for. First, Ridge may not be too happy about Brooke meddling in Taylor's love life. Despite his commitment to Brooke, Ridge still deeply cares about Taylor. He might feel protective of her and resent Brooke for trying to orchestrate a new relationship. This could lead to tension between Ridge and Brooke, especially if Taylor ends up hurt or humiliated by the blind date. Moreover, if Taylor senses that Brooke is behind the setup, it could deepen the rivalry between these two women. Taylor is no fool, and she's been through enough to know when someone is trying to manipulate her. If she feels Brooke is trying to push her away from Ridge, it could reignite the long-standing feud between them. Taylor's response. Will she play along or rebel? Taylor's reaction to Brooke's potential matchmaking scheme is anyone's guess. On one hand, she might be flattered that someone wants to set her up on a date. After all, who doesn't like a little attention? But on the other hand, Taylor might see this as a manipulative move and reject it outright. If Taylor truly believes she doesn't need a man in her life right now, Brooke's attempt to set her up could feel like an insult. Taylor has been on a journey of self-healing, and she's worked hard to regain control of her life. Accepting a blind date from Brooke might feel like a step backward, reinforcing the idea that she needs a man to be happy. This could push Taylor to rebel even more, standing firm in her decision to remain independent. However, there's always the chance that Taylor could surprise us all. Maybe she'll go on the date, have a great time, and genuinely connect with someone new. After all, Taylor has always been a romantic at heart, and perhaps Brooke's meddling could lead to something positive. It wouldn't be the first time a soap character found love in unexpected places. Ridge's reaction, torn between two women? No matter how this blind date setup unfolds, Ridge will undoubtedly be caught in the middle. He's already struggling to balance his relationships with both Brooke and Taylor, and Brooke's matchmaking attempt could throw everything off kilter. If Ridge sees Brooke trying to push Taylor into a new relationship, it could spark a major argument. Ridge may accuse Brooke of being insecure and trying to control the situation. On the flip side, if Taylor starts showing interest in another man, Ridge might feel a pang of jealousy. Even if he's committed to Brooke, the idea of Taylor moving on with someone else could stir up old feelings. The dynamic between Ridge, Brooke, and Taylor has always been complicated, and this new development will only add another layer to the drama. Will Ridge stand by Brooke's side, or will he be pulled even closer to Taylor in the aftermath of the blind date debacle? Fan reactions. What do viewers want to see? The bold and the beautiful fans are always vocal about their opinions, and this storyline is sure to ignite plenty of debates. Some viewers might be rooting for Taylor to find love again and move on from Ridge for good. Others may feel that Taylor and Ridge are soulmates who are destined to be together, no matter how many obstacles stand in their way. Brooke's role in all of this is also a hot topic among fans. Is she being too controlling and insecure, or is she simply trying to protect her marriage? Should Brooke be focusing on her relationship with Ridge instead of meddling in Taylor's love life? Whatever happens, one thing is for sure. This storyline is going to keep viewers on the edge of their seats. Taylor's blind date setup has the potential to shake things up in ways we've never seen before, and fans can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Conclusion. Will Brooke's plan to find a new man for Taylor succeed? As the bold and the beautiful continues to deliver shocking twists and turns, Taylor's potential blind date setup could be one of the most entertaining plotlines of the season. Brooke's determination to push Taylor away from Ridge may lead her down a risky path, one that could either bring new love into Taylor's life or cause even more tension between the characters. Whether Taylor ends up finding romance with someone new or whether this plan backfires spectacularly, one thing is certain: this is going to be must-watch television. Fans will be glued to their screens as the drama unfolds and the battle for Ridge's heart intensifies. Brooke and Taylor's duel turns to straddles with odd results. The battle for Ridge heats up on Bold and the Beautiful. The long-running rivalry between Brooke Logan and Taylor Hayes over Ridge Forrester has been a staple of Bold and the Beautiful for decades. Fans of the CBS soap know that whenever these two women are in the same orbit, sparks fly, and Ridge is usually caught in the crossfire. This time, however, things are heating up in ways that neither of them could have predicted, and the stakes have never been higher. Taylor Hayes fixes her heart, but is it too late? Taylor Hayes, played by Rebecca Budig, has gone through an emotional roller coaster recently. After grappling with her emotional scars and a diagnosis that rocked her world, she's finally starting to heal. Her newfound clarity and self-assuredness could be a game-changer. But will it be enough to pull Ridge away from the magnetic pull of Brooke? When Taylor opens up about her healing process to her daughter Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, she sets off a chain of events that might just reignite old flames. Steffi, fiercely loyal to her mother, sees this as the perfect opportunity to reunite her parents. Steffi has always believed that Ridge and Taylor belong together, and this could be her moment to push the two of them back into each other's arms. While Taylor tells Steffi she's on the mend and doesn't need Ridge to feel complete, Steffi hears what she wants to hear. The prospect of getting her parents back together clouds her judgment, and Bold and the Beautiful spoilers suggest that Steffi won't be able to resist meddling. She may go against her promise not to interfere in her parents' complicated relationship. If Steffi starts playing matchmaker, it could spell trouble for Brooke. Brooke Logan strikes back, but with a new strategy. Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, isn't one to back down when it comes to her destiny with Ridge. After all, she's been fighting for his heart for what feels like forever. But this time Brooke's tactics are different. Instead of her usual possessive, aggressive approach, she opts for a new strategy. In a pivotal scene on Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke confronts Ridge about the healing session he shared with Taylor. Instead of unleashing her fury, she takes a more calculated approach. She doesn't scold Ridge for what happened but makes it clear she's aware of the emotional depth that Taylor tapped into. But Brooke isn't about to let Taylor win. She goes on the offensive, not by attacking Taylor, but by rekindling Ridge's attraction to her. Brooke knows how to play up the chemistry between them, and this time she decides to fight fire with fire. While Taylor and Ridge's connection seemed almost spiritual, Brooke tries to remind Ridge of their physical connection, a strategy that works to a certain degree. A tale of two connections, Brooke versus Taylor. What happened between Taylor and Ridge wasn't just another romantic moment. It was something deeper. The tears they shared during that intimate moment in Steffi's living room spoke volumes. Their connection seemed to transcend the typical soap opera love triangle. Taylor's appeal to Ridge wasn't about rekindling an old flame. It was about healing, not just her own heart but his as well. Ridge, always caught between these two women, finds himself torn once again. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint that Ridge can't easily forget the emotional depth of his moment with Taylor. It's something he can't replicate with Brooke, no matter how hard she tries. Brooke's attempt to reignite their passion feels more like a competition, a desperate bid to remind Ridge of what they've shared over the years. While Ridge does go along with it, there's a part of him that can't shake what he felt with Taylor. It's as if the spiritual bond they shared has left a mark that Brooke's seductive charms just can't erase. The Aventine Keyhole Revisited, a spiritual twist on Ridge's destiny. Fans of Bold and the Beautiful will remember that Ridge once saw Brooke as his destiny through the famous Aventine Keyhole in Italy. That moment was symbolic of Ridge's unwavering love for Brooke, as if fate itself had chosen her for him. But this time things are different. Instead of a keyhole that shows him his future, Ridge experiences a profound spiritual awakening with Taylor. During their healing session, their hearts seemed to beat as one, as if the universe itself was telling them they belong together. This new connection with Taylor feels more profound, more meaningful, than anything he's experienced before. The question now is whether Ridge will be able to walk away from this connection with Taylor. Will he return to Brooke, the woman who has been his destiny for so long, or will he follow his heart and give in to the emotional pull of Taylor? The battle for Ridge heats up, and fans are divided. As always, the battle between Brooke and Taylor over Ridge's heart has left fans divided. Some fans are rooting for Taylor, believing that she and Ridge are meant to be together, especially after their emotional healing session. Others are firmly on Team Brooke, arguing that she and Ridge have weathered too many storms to call it quits now. Social media is ablaze with speculation and debate, as fans take to Twitter and Instagram to voice their opinions. Some are begging the writers not to go down the same old path of rehashing the love triangle, while others are thrilled by the drama and can't wait to see how it all plays out. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. A twist on the horizon? Bold and the Beautiful spoilers suggest that the show has something unexpected in store for this love triangle. While it's easy to assume that history will repeat itself and Ridge will once again find himself choosing between Brooke and Taylor, there may be a twist waiting in the wings. Could Ridge decide to take a break from both women to focus on himself for a change? Or will someone else enter the picture and throw a wrench into this already complicated situation? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, the drama is far from over. Steffi's interference, a wild card in the mix. Steffi Forrester, as always, is the wild card in this equation. Her desire to see her parents reunited might push her to take drastic action, even if it means going up against Brooke. Steffi has never been shy about expressing her opinions, and if she feels that Taylor and Ridge belong together, she might do whatever it takes to make that happen. Steffi's interference could complicate things even further, especially if she starts manipulating situations to push her parents closer together. Will Brooke be able to hold her ground, or will Steffi's determination prove too much for her to handle? The future of Ridge, Brooke, and Taylor. What comes next? As Bold and the Beautiful moves forward, the future of Ridge, Brooke, and Taylor remains uncertain. Will Ridge follow his heart and choose Taylor, the woman who seems to have healed his soul? Or will he stick with Brooke, his longtime love and the woman he once saw as his destiny? One thing is certain, this love triangle isn't going away anytime soon. With emotions running high and both women pulling at Ridge's heartstrings, the battle for his love is sure to reach new heights. Fans can expect more twists, turns, and unexpected moments as the story unfolds. Annika Noel spills on Liam's shocking proposal. Will Hope Logan's love life take an unexpected turn? If you're a die-hard fan of the Bold and the Beautiful B&B, you know there's no such thing as a quiet week in the world of soap operas. The recent developments surrounding Hope Logan, played by the talented Annika Noel, and her romantic entanglements have fans buzzing, and in true soap opera fashion, the twists and turns just keep coming. The latest shocker? Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, has thrown a curveball into the mix that nobody saw coming. And just when we thought Hope might finally be free from the never-ending drama involving her ex-husband, her love life takes a detour straight back into the chaos. Hope's love life. Caught between a rock and a waffling Liam. For years, B&B fans have been rooting for Hope Logan to break free from the complicated love triangle she's been tangled in with Liam Spencer and Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood. It's no secret that Liam's waffling between Hope and Steffi has caused chaos in their lives, not to mention creating a massive divide between the Logans and the Forresters. Fans rejoiced when it seemed like Hope was finally stepping out of Liam's shadow, but oh, how quickly things change in the world of soap operas. Just as we were starting to believe that Hope might find happiness on her own terms, Liam swooped back into the picture with a shocking proposal. Annika Noel recently opened up in an interview with Soap Opera Digest about how Hope feels about Liam's unexpected suggestion, and let's just say the bombshells are still dropping. But what exactly led us to this point? And how does Carter Walton Lawrence St. Victor factor into Hope's increasingly complex romantic life? Let's break down everything we know, the spoilers that are rocking the bold and the beautiful, and what might come next for Hope Logan. The moment that pushed Steffi over the edge. It all started when Hope made a move that left everyone, especially Steffi, reeling. In a moment of questionable judgment, Hope kissed Steffi's husband, John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, at a party. If that wasn't enough, she begged him to keep quiet about it. But of course, secrets don't stay buried for long on B&B, and Finn spilled the beans to his wife. Naturally, Steffi went into full-blown rage mode. Who could blame her? The Logan Forrester feud has been simmering for years, and Hope's actions only stoked the flames. Steffi threatened Hope, warning her to stay away from Finn or face the consequences. Many fans are now comparing Hope's wild behavior to that of her infamous mother, Brooke Logan Catherine Kelly Lang, a character known for her own history of messy, complicated love triangles. Is Hope following in Brooke's footsteps, creating turmoil wherever she goes? Carter Walton. Hope's new flame or just a fling? Just when it seemed like Hope might be trying to move on from the drama, enter Carter Walton, another eligible bachelor who's had his fair share of romantic ups and downs on the show. After hearing about Hope's kiss with Finn, Carter still made the bold decision to kiss her himself. His timing couldn't have been worse or better depending on how you look at it. Annika Noel recently spoke about how Carter's interest in Hope complicates things even further. Carter, a man who is also looking for love and stability, finds himself drawn to Hope. But does he truly understand what he's getting into by pursuing her? After all, Hope's life is anything but simple, especially with Liam back in the picture. While Carter might seem like a fresh start for Hope, there's one major obstacle: her complicated history with Liam. Noel mentioned in her interview that Carter needs to realize Hope's ties to Liam and their daughter, Beth, are deep-rooted. They share a family, and that will always make things tricky. Liam's shocking proposal, a bombshell that could change everything. Just when we thought Hope was finally moving on, Liam threw out a bombshell that has everyone talking. In a shocking twist, Liam proposed that he and Hope give their love another try. After all the years of back and forth, the timing of Liam's suggestion couldn't have been more confusing or unexpected. Noel shared some insights into Hope's reaction to Liam's proposal. According to her, Hope is understandably taken aback. She thought she and Liam had reached a point where they were finally able to co-parent their daughter, without the added pressure of trying to make their relationship work again. They had established a stable, peaceful rhythm for Beth's sake, and now Liam wants to disrupt all of that? Annika Noel explained that Liam's proposal doesn't just complicate things for Hope, it actually brings some much-needed clarity. For so long, Hope has been stuck in a toxic cycle with Liam, always going back and forth, never fully free to move on. But now, faced with this proposal, Hope realizes what she truly wants, and more importantly, what she doesn't want. What does Hope Logan really want? So what does this mean for Hope's future? Noel hinted that Hope's reaction to Liam's proposal might surprise fans. Instead of falling back into old patterns, it seems like Hope is ready to make some tough decisions about her love life. She's at a crossroads, and this time she's determined to choose the path that's best for her, not just for Liam or anyone else. But with Carter in the picture and the drama with Steffi and Finn still unresolved, it's hard to say which direction Hope's love life will take. Will she choose to give Liam another chance, despite all the heartache they've caused each other over the years? Or will she take a chance on something new with Carter, hoping to break free from the toxic cycles of her past? The fan theories. Who will Hope choose? As always, B&B fans have plenty of opinions and theories about where Hope's love life is headed. Some fans are rooting for her to finally walk away from Liam for good, believing that she deserves a fresh start with someone like Carter. Others think that Liam and Hope are destined to be together, no matter how many obstacles come their way. And then there are those who believe Hope should focus on herself and her daughter, steering clear of any romantic entanglements for a while. The Brooke-Logan factor. Is history repeating itself? One of the most intriguing aspects of Hope's current storyline is how it parallels the romantic history of her mother, Brooke Logan. Brooke, much like Hope, has been at the center of countless love triangles over the years, often finding herself torn between two men. Some fans are wondering if Hope is destined to follow in Brooke's footsteps, repeating the same mistakes her mother made. Steffi's comparison of Hope to Brooke wasn't made lightly. It's clear that Hope's recent actions have caused her to lose her moral high ground, much like her mother has in the past. Will Hope continue down this path? Or will she be able to break free from the legacy of her mother's turbulent love life? It's a new day in LA. Secrets, kisses, and power plays in the Forrester world. The shocking revelation. Steffi's near-death experience. As the sun rises over the bustling city of Los Angeles, the iconic Forrester creation stands tall, a beacon of drama and intrigue. Steffi Forrester, played by the talented Jacqueline McInnes Wood, is still reeling from the bombshell revelation that her mother, Taylor Hayes, thought she was on the brink of death. In a heart-stopping moment, Ridge Forrester, portrayed by Torsten Kay, grapples with the weight of keeping such a monumental secret, a request from Taylor herself. Imagine Steffi's disbelief as she jokingly reflects on the absurdity of it all, her laughter echoing through the walls of the office. The atmosphere shifts as Ridge admits to sharing an intimate moment with Taylor that might raise a few eyebrows, especially from Brooke Logan, the ever-charismatic Catherine Kelly Lang. The tension thickens when Brooke walks in, catching them in a compromising position. The awkwardness is palpable, and Steffi's reaction is priceless. "You!" she exclaims, setting the stage for the chaos that's about to unfold. The kiss that changed everything, Carter's conflicted heart. Meanwhile, Carter Walton, the handsome Lawrence St. Victor, stumbles upon a photo of Hope Logan, the lovely Annika Noel, triggering a wave of nostalgia. A smile spreads across his face as he recalls the electrifying kiss they shared. But in the world of Forrester, nothing is ever simple. Will this rekindle feelings that could disrupt the already fragile balance of relationships at Forrester? In the design office, Hope and her husband Liam Spencer, the charming Scott Clifton, find themselves in a frantic search for a missing thumb drive. Hope is frazzled, knowing that Steffi has called a meeting, likely due to the precarious position of her fashion line. Hope for the future. Liam's offer to take their daughter Beth for the night adds a layer of complexity. Can he truly ease her worries, or will his absence amplify the chaos? A father's disapproval, Bill's reluctance. Across town, Bill Spencer, the charismatic Don Diamant, welcomes his son Will, the talented Crew Morrow, into his office. Bill's excitement quickly turns to concern when Will reveals he's secured an internship, not at Spencer Publications, but at Forrester Creations. Bill's reaction is a blend of disbelief and frustration. "You're telling me you want to work for a bunch of people who make clothing?" he questions. Will's reply is laced with youthful optimism as he cites the allure of the outrageous girls at Forrester. Will this decision create a rift between father and son, or will Bill come to see the value in Will's ambitions? Bridging the gap. Hope's meeting dread. Back at Forrester, Brooke expresses relief over Taylor's recovery and shares her gratitude that the family is united again. The arrival of RJ, the charming Joshua Hoffman, and Zend, the handsome Delon de Metz, adds a layer of excitement as they discuss the ongoing projects for Hope for the future. But as Steffi preps for the meeting, tension mounts. She can sense that everything is on the line. Carter's confidence shines through as he reassures Hope that he'll support her during the meeting. However, the stakes are high, and Hope can't shake off her dread. She fears the meeting will unravel the fabric of their hard work. What secrets lie beneath the surface that could threaten their success? The financial strain. Is Hope's line in trouble? As the meeting commences, Steffi dives straight into the financials, insisting that despite a solid bottom line, there's a need for improvement. The room brims with frustration as RJ and Zen challenge Steffi's negative outlook. Tensions flare when Carter proposes a bold move, investing more resources into Hope for the future, rather than letting it wither on the vine. Will this gamble pay off? Or will Steffi's doubts lead to disaster? Ridge watches as Carter defends Hope, proclaiming that her presence at Forrester is integral to the company's integrity. The stakes couldn't be higher. Will they rally behind Hope? Or will they falter under pressure? Bonds tested. Will the Spencers find common ground? As the drama unfolds, Liam enters the office, curious about Bill and Will's conversation. Bill, attempting to re-establish his connection with Will, suggests a guy's night, hoping to bridge the gap created by his past mistakes. The dynamics between the Spencer men are fraught with tension. Can they overcome their differences and come together as a family? Meanwhile, the meeting intensifies as Carter and Steffi clash over their visions for the future of Hope for the future. Can they find common ground? Or will their differences lead to irreparable rifts in their professional and personal lives? Conclusion. The future is uncertain. With emotions running high and tensions escalating, Forrester Creations stands on the brink of change. Secrets, aspirations, and conflicts intertwine as the characters navigate the complexities of love, loyalty, and ambition. As they grapple with their choices, one question looms large. Will they emerge stronger together? Or will the challenges they face tear them apart? Stay tuned, because in the world of Bold and Beautiful, every moment counts, and tomorrow promises to bring even more twists and turns. Don't miss a single episode as we delve deeper into the lives of these captivating characters, where love, ambition, and family ties hang in the balance. Eric and Steffi's discovery, Brooke's troubled heart, the Forresters' revelation. Welcome back to the world of the Bold and the Beautiful. In today's deep dive, we unravel the emotional turmoil that ensues when secrets, heartbreak, and healing collide. Our focus will be on Eric and Steffi's discoveries, Brooke's troubled heart, and the overarching theme of connection and disconnection within the Forrester family. Buckle up as we explore the intricate dynamics between Ridge, Brooke, Taylor, Steffi, and Finn. Chapter 1. Ridge's Urgent Visit. The episode begins with a sense of urgency as Ridge Forrester rushes to his father Eric's house. With so much at stake, Ridge knows he doesn't have much time. As he walks through the door, Eric can immediately sense the tension radiating from his son. Dialogue. Eric. With concern. You look like you've seen a ghost. Ridge. Is it Brooke? Ridge. Taking a deep breath. It's about Taylor. We need to talk. Eric's instinct tells him something is off. He suspects that the heartache brewing between Brooke and Taylor is about to spill into a wider family conflict. Chapter 2. The Heart of the Matter. As Ridge divulges Taylor's heart failure diagnosis, the weight of the situation becomes increasingly heavy. Eric, familiar with the nuances of the medical condition, feels the emotional toll it takes on both women. Ridge. It's not just heart failure, Dad. It's broken heart syndrome. Taylor is facing memories she's tried to bury for so long. Eric reflects on how this revelation intertwines their lives and emotions. The looming question is how this new diagnosis will impact Brooke and Ridge's relationship. Chapter 3. Chakra Healing, a New Approach. In an unexpected twist, Ridge mentions Taylor's chakra healing session, prompting Eric to express skepticism. Dialogue. Eric. Chakras? You think that's going to help her heal? Ridge. Defensive. It was powerful, Dad. We connected on a different level. While Eric tries to wrap his head around the idea of chakra healing, Ridge feels determined to help Taylor navigate her emotional landscape. This conversation sets the stage for deeper explorations of emotional healing throughout the episode. Chapter 4. Steffi and Finn, a moment of passion. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Steffi is lost in a moment with her husband, John Finn Finnegan. As they share a passionate kiss, their relationship feels more solid than ever. Dialogue. Finn. Pulling back. We should take this passion home, especially since the kids aren't here. Steffi. Giggling. Well, about that. Ridge and Taylor are borrowing our place tonight. What are they up to? Steffi's hopes for her parents' reunion hang in the balance, and Finn's playful warning not to let Brooke know hints at the underlying tensions within the family. Chapter 5. Taylor's Confession to Brooke. At the Cliff House, the tension mounts as Taylor reveals to Brooke the surprising details about her condition and her encounter with the chakra healer. Dialogue. Taylor. The healer told me to straddle Ridge to cure my broken heart syndrome. It sounds wild, I know. Brooke. Flabbergasted. Straddle Ridge? This is absurd. You seriously expect me to believe that? Taylor's confession sends shockwaves through Brooke, who struggles to comprehend the gravity of the situation. This pivotal moment highlights Brooke's suspicions about Taylor's intentions with Ridge. Chapter 6. Brooke's research and confrontation. Later, Brooke finds herself researching broken heart syndrome online, driven by a mix of disbelief and determination. Ridge arrives and the confrontation looms. Dialogue. Brooke, I saw you with Taylor. Ridge, I need to know what you were doing. Ridge, hesitant, I swear, Brooke, she made me promise not to tell. Brooke's anger flares as she realizes the emotional stakes involved, setting the stage for a showdown that could alter the course of their relationship. Chapter 7. The emotional fallout. The aftermath of the revelation sets the stage for emotional confrontations. Steffi senses the tension between her mother and Brooke, unsure of how to navigate the conflicting loyalties. Dialogue. Steffi. To Taylor, did you really think that straddling Ridge would heal you? What were you thinking? Taylor, I was desperate, Steffi. You don't know what it's like to feel like you're losing everything. The scene captures the essence of family loyalty, love, and the choices they make for healing. The emotional intensity builds as Steffi grapples with the complexities of her parents' relationships. Chapter 8. Seeking forgiveness. In a heartfelt moment, Ridge attempts to reconcile with Brooke, expressing his love for her while acknowledging Taylor's struggles. Dialogue. Ridge, Brooke, my heart belongs to you. But I can't turn my back on Taylor, not now. Brooke, hurt, I need to know you're not choosing her over me. Ridge. As they navigate through the pain, the audience is left wondering whether love can conquer all, or if the damage is too great. Chapter 9. Steffi's role as peacemaker. Caught in the middle, Steffi takes on the role of peacemaker. Her desire for her parents' happiness clashes with her loyalty to Brooke. She reaches out to both women, hoping to bridge the emotional divide. Dialogue. Steffi. To Brooke, I want my parents to be happy, but I also care about you. We need to figure this out together. The narrative tension heightens as Steffi realizes the complexity of adult relationships and the heavy burden of her own desires. Chapter 10. The final confrontation. As the episode approaches its climax, the inevitable confrontation unfolds. The stakes are higher than ever, with emotional truths laid bare. Dialogue. Brooke, if you love me, you have to show it. I can't compete with Taylor's heartbreak. Ridge, it's not about competition. This is about healing for all of us. The room fills with tension as everyone grapples with their choices, setting the stage for emotional revelations that could change everything. Chapter 11. A new understanding. In the wake of the confrontation, moments of clarity emerge. Brooke and Taylor begin to understand each other's perspectives, finding common ground in their love for Ridge. Dialogue. Taylor, I never meant to hurt you, Brooke. I just wanted to find a way to heal. Brooke, I know we're not friends, but we both care about Ridge. Maybe that's enough to start over. This newfound understanding opens a path toward healing, not just for Taylor and Brooke, but for the entire Forrester family. Chapter 12. Reflections on love and healing. The episode closes with the characters reflecting on their experiences, highlighting the emotional journey they have undergone. Dialogue. Ridge, love is complicated, but it's also beautiful. We need to embrace the pain to find the light. As the credits roll, viewers are left contemplating the intricacies of love, heartache, and the power of forgiveness. In today's recap of the bold and the beautiful, we've witnessed the tumultuous emotional landscapes of our beloved characters. As Eric, Steffi, Brooke, and Taylor navigate their complex relationships, the series continues to remind us of the fragility of love and the strength found in connection. What will happen next? Will Ridge choose between Brooke and Taylor? Can Steffi mend the rift between her parents? Join us as we continue to follow the lives of the